I flunked as a foster mother. I have 4 children, 2 adopted and 2 homemade. The adoption agency asked us to take in 2 brothers. The boys were there because they had problems. And I was saying things like, well, I can't solve that problem. They're only going to be here for a couple of weeks. And when I heard what I was saying inside my head, I realized what I was doing, and that was treating 2 human beings as though they were disposable. And human beings are not disposable. And I began to wonder what I would be like if the world regarded me as disposable. And I decided I would be very angry. And of course, that's Gilly Hopkins.
My name is Sophie Nélisse, and I play the role of Gilly, which is a very tough girl that has a lot of attitude, and she is quite sassy.
A lot of times when you see movies about foster care, it tends to be in a situation where foster parents are abusive, that the conditions aren't humane in a way. And they're very, very dark and depressing movies.
We've been meaning to rearrange the dust around here, haven't we, William Ernest?
But when I read this, it was about a foster care mother who is actually very, very loving and very much like you would want your mother to be.
You need anything, you just give old Trotter a holler. The TV's downstairs, you're welcome to come on down to watch. This is your home too now.
We really don't see anyone else in the role of Mamie Trotter. Mamie Trotter is Kathy Bates. Kathy Bates is Mamie Trotter.
I don't get to play many leads in movies, so when the part like this comes along and it's such a, my image for her was she's just a real comfortable old couch.
Yeah, well, that's what I say. She's a lap everybody wants to crawl up on.
That's right, exactly. And so to be able to play something like that and that kind of effortlessness and confidence in yourself that you can pass along to the children you love. Sometimes, Mr. Ellis, you have to walk on your heel to favor your toe, even though you know your heel's gonna get a little sore. Well, somebody's gotta favor Gilly. She's long overdue, and I am not gonna add my name to the list of people who failed her.
Kathy Bates done an incredible job, and we're so proud that she is a part of an incredible cast that we have.
I play a woman who didn't even know she had a grandchild. She hasn't seen her daughter for 13 years, and she gets out of the blue a letter that tells her that she does have a grandchild and she's in what the mother thinks is a bad foster home.
Bless you, child, you poor thing. How could they have put you in a place like this?
No. It's just not everybody's got the flu.
Young adults who read this kind of literature, they deserve great writing, they deserve great characters, they deserve ideas that might make them think about different things. They shouldn't be pandered to. It's all about what great literature is. It enriches your life.
I play Courtney, who is Gilly Hopkins' birth mother that she's been hoping to meet for a very long time. The script I just thought was so sweet and not cynical and refreshingly empathetic. I just love that it's got such a good heart, but not in a cheesy or a saccharine way.
I broke it.
Let me see.
It's ruined.
What a dream to be able to do a scene with Glenn Close. Stephen gave her this direction to give me the coldest, meanest stare. And she looked at me and Dangerous Liaisons flashed through my memory and I just got chills.
Why I like this particular story is that it's about a non-traditional family, really, and what really I think children need.
Probably 10 years ago, my niece had the opportunity to foster a child. I was able to really infuse Mamie with real experiences that I had learned with my family. To see someone really save someone's life and really change a path is magnificent.
Not in entire forgetfulness and not in utter nakedness, but trailing clouds of glory do we come from God who is our home. Thanks to the human heart by which we live, thanks to its tenderness, its joys and fears. To me, the meanest flower that blows can give thoughts that do often lie too deep for tears.
Miss Gilly, that was lovely.
My name is Bill Cobbs, and I play the role of Mr. Randolph, who's a blind man. He's a blind man who can see. I think that many of us have different kinds of blindness that we have to see past.
Come on, Gilly, I just want to know how you're doing.
Yeah, so you can pretend to care. You get it.
Okay, this is hard having a conversation like this. Can you please get in the car? Everyone wants something to relate to. Like, I think about the best stories that are out there is where you find yourself in the character as you're watching it, and you could say, I've been in those moments, I've been in those situations. It might not be that you were a foster kid or anything, but being a big brother and taking care of someone, it does something to you. It makes your heart grow.
For every action, there is an equal and opposite what?
Reaction.
All right. What I loved about Miss Harris, Gilly is growing as a person, and so she's allowing her to make certain mistakes. And when she crosses a line, she kind of knocks her back across it, which is what a good teacher does. Gilly, would you mind waiting a moment, please? It's always hard for the new kid. You don't know if you're going to fit in. You feel like you're on the outside looking in, and she is.
Do you have cats?
What, honey?
Cats.
No, sweetie.
Smells like you do. At the beginning, she's very harsh and very mean. You'll just see her relationship with Agnes. You know, she always pushes her away and she tries to come back, but she just doesn't want any friends.
Hey, don't push me. What's your problem?
My problem? My problem is whiny little busybody named Agnes who can't take a hint.
Sophie and I became best friends because we just spend all day on set together because there's not many kids on set. I feel like I'm a little bit similar to Agnes.
What do you want?
She's kind of bouncy and fun, and I'm kind of like that, but I'm not as crazy as Agnes. That was great. About you beating up those 5 boys.
6, 1 ran away. I think every scene is so special and different in its own way. All the stuff when I get like W.E. on my shoulders and lift him up. Think of how proud everybody's gonna be after.
William Ernest is a 5-year-old kid. He lives with a foster mother. And he gets a new sister. He's afraid of her in the first part he meets her.
What's wrong, William Ernest, honey? Something go down the wrong pipe.
Do you want me to swat him one on the back to knock it loose?
And then later on, well, they become friends.
This is my second film working with the author, Katherine Paterson, who also happens to be my mom. So there's a little connection there.
The reason I've been more relaxed about both Bridge to Terabithia and the Great Gilly Hopkins is because I have my children working on it. And I know that David and now John are going to fight to the finish to have a movie that not only reflects what I'm trying to say in the book, but will be a good movie.
A book is always going to be different than the actual film, but the emotion isn't, the overall concept isn't, and the story isn't. It really is just a transference of the story from one medium to the other.
I really hope that the film tells the story as powerfully as Katherine wrote it.